Morning and welcome to Cowboy Leather. I'm Scott. Hope everybody's having a good week. I know I'm late for Monday and Wednesday video, and early for Friday, but had some things come up here in the shop that need to be taken care of. So, better late than never. I've had things go out. Man came yesterday and picked up his gun rig and with mag pouches and the two holsters on it. He was tickled pink, which makes me happy. You know, I was kind of hoping because I didn't like the way he wanted it laid out, but he's paying for it. So, you know, sometimes the customer's right and sometimes the customer's wrong. It's not my decision to say right from wrong. It's just not the way I would have wanted it. But, oh well, he owns it now. Alrighty, I had a customer come in earlier part of the week. Actually, she didn't come in until Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. But she called me. She got a dilemma. She's got a carriage horse, and the harness for the she needs a harness modified. I did some work on it on the I can't remember the croupers and the holdbacks. They're beginning of summertime, and now she's having problems with the breast collar that came with the harness. So she's been hunting and looking at online. Well, she found one, and she liked. She sent me a picture of it and said, "Can you make this?" Right off the bat, I said, "Nope, not that one not that style because it's made out of surgical neoprene, and that surgical neoprene could be a bugger to stitch." So I said no, and she said back, she goes, no. She said, "Can you make that design?" I said, "Well, probably can't make it exactly." I said, "Unless you got measurements for it." I said, "But I can look at the picture," and I said, "I can come close." She said, "Well, that's all I'm asking for is close." She said, "What's happening with the breast collar that's on it right now is it rides up too high, and the horse is fine when the horse has got its head up. But if the horse, drops its head, getting into a pull," she said, "it kind of rides up on its neck too far, and she said it could cut off his wind." I said, "Agreed." So she said, "I'll be down. I'll bring the one I got now, and you can kind of copy that, and look at the possibility of making one close to the one in the picture." I said, "Yep, come on down." So she come down, brought me the breast collar, and brought the reins down for that she had, and the reins were like each side was like 25 feet. Well, she said for the horse that she's using and for the setup she's using 16 feet, either side, is sufficient and still gives her a little bit of extra, playroom. I said, "Agreed." I said, "You don't want too much." I said, "Gets down the floorboard of the wagon." I said, "It gets wrapped around your leg." And I said, "If something goes south," I said, "you may take a ride." I said, especially if it gets wrapped around your leg. So I cut those down yesterday and restitched them. And today I've got had to make a pattern for the breast collar. So I got that done. I got it laid out. I got my piece of black saddle skirting. She doesn't want it too heavy, but she wants about an 8 to 9 ounce leather. I said, I just think I just happen to may have some. Because I don't carry much black, and when I do, it's 12 to 15 ounce. And she said, that's a little bit too thick. She doesn't want it, that heavy. She said, that'd be fine if we're building a work breast collar, but it's saying this is just a driving pleasure collar. Doesn't need to be that thick. Plus, she wants some sheepskin or some kind of padding on the backside. I said, I can do that. That's not a problem. So, and then yesterday, had a gentleman come in, and he wanted 2 pairs of suspenders. I only had one, and they were in brown. He wanted black. And he had some other things that he wanted to add to the suspenders for basically make them into, like, if you wanted to, he could carry them as CCW. So I got to get the leather for that, because that's only 4 to 5 ounce leather. So I'm going to probably have to, Friday or Saturday, go to my local leather supply and get me a side of 4 to 5 or something of that nature. So, yeah, we're busy, which I'm not complaining. I'm happy. So I got it laid out, got the pattern cut. Let me tip you down here, and we'll trace this thing out, cut it out, and see how far we can get. I don't want to make this a long video, but it's going to take a while to, once I get it cut out, to lay the, it's got rings and buckles and stuff like that on it. I got to lay them out, stitch them on, but I'll take you through as much of the process I possibly can, just in case somebody down the line wants to build horse tack. You'll have a general idea of how to make a breast collar using a pattern. So let me kind of get the camera situated. I don't know how much of this I can get in, because the strap is 40 from buckle to buckle. It's 44 inches. That's it. Each wing is 22 inches. So just hold on, and we'll get you down here. There we go. That's as much as I can get in. So bear with me, and we'll see what we can do. Let's make something, shall we? All right. Start down here and see what we can do. Yeah, that's leaving a good enough mark. Let me use pencil. Wasn't too hard to make a pattern for it. It's just I had to keep referring to the picture I had on my phone. So what's everybody been up to this week? Where you been building? Stand up to do this now. Let's see what we got. Okay, that's good. Switch off here. There we go. That one slides a little bit better. I haven't polished these things in a while, so and another thing she wanted is the width on the breast collar that came with the harness was only 2.5 inches, and she wanted me to go 4 inches or 3 inches, excuse me. Which makes sense. You want to put as much leather on the horse's chest as you possibly can. Hang on a sec here. I gotta get. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll work. Start with a new blade. Switch knives. Try this again. There we go. All right, back. I'm just going to take a little off this end right here. Yep. All right. All right. Smoosh a little off of here. Now go along and sand it. Clean it up. Bevel the edges. Here's one she was using. Excuse me. So what she wants to do is it go on here like so. Those flop up there like that. And same thing. We're going to use this hardware. And down here, right in the middle, we're going to put a welded D. Because you got to put, there's a strap that comes from the under the horse's chest up and slip and buckles into there. It also helps when they get to pulling, the collar doesn't rise up and get them in the neck. So just set this aside and find my Now somebody's probably asking, why are you doing that? Because the customer wants it. She tried finding them buckles, and she couldn't find them. I looked, couldn't find them. So she wants to use them over again because all the buckles match every place else. Like I said before, she's paying for it. Let's save that. And this is one of the customers that I want to keep happy, because she brings me all kind of saddle work, and come winter time when things get cold, she'll send people down here with that need shafts and shanks. I'm not going to disturb this any more than I already have, because she said she may, down the road, have me put buckles back in. So we're not going to bugger it up. All I did is cut the thread. I didn't get into the leather itself. So, thick skinned deer. Yeah, I like doing stuff like this. Keeps your brain working. go. Got that tore apart. So, I think I'm going to end the video right here. I'm going to lay out the buckles and whatnot on a new one. I'm not going to have to make new straps. I'll probably just go ahead and use these, lay them in the edge. And when I put the fleece on the back, they'll get stitched on. That's where I'd like it to happen. But I may have to take these off and make longer ones so I can sew it. See, they're just going to go on here like this. I may go ahead and cut some scrap, fold it, bring it down here, then I'll just come down and stitch back up, make them longer, but do it on the inside so this stays flush. But I'll figure it out once I get that far. And these, they just stitch these on. And I'm just going to take some needle and some wax thread and zigzag a pattern up through there. Stitch them together so we can slide it on. And we're in business. I don't know how long this is going to take me. I'm not doing this job by the hour. I'm doing it flat rate. So, I gave myself enough cushion in the price. So, I shouldn't hurt myself. And if I do, she'll have more stuff for me to do. So, I'm going to end the video here. It's 42, 43 minutes. So, when I get this all laid out, I'll probably video that while I'm laying it out and marking for the buckles and the straps and stuff like that. So, I may have video out tomorrow with those straps being mounted. I may not. Depends on, what kind of trouble I run into. So, I hope everybody has a good day. And you're getting the projects cleaned up. You got work coming in, work going out. And you're making money. That's the name of the game. Making money. This is only a hobby. It's just so long. And you either get out of it or you turn that hobby into selling stuff and making money. So, I'm Scott from Cowboy Leather. We'll see you hopefully Friday. If not, we'll have a video out Monday. I'm out of here. Bye now.